A very good morning to all my dear students. I'm Donna here and I will be heading today's session. So before we begin, I would like to say that we teachers are really happy with you students because you're a really cooperative, you're sending the assignments on time, watching the videos clearly and being really good students for the teachers. Thank you so much students for being cooperative. So I'll tell you about today's topic. The education system has completely changed. The only way of communication between the teacher and the student is through mobile phones, by sending recorded videos, or through video calling apps and so on. It's completely changed. And we realize that you students find it really difficult to communicate to the teachers. You all are confused about what sentences to use while speaking to a teacher, how to make a good conversation with a teacher. And so today, I will be helping you all out with a few sentences which will help you make your conversation really good with the teachers. Okay, children? So it's called, the topic for today is online education etiquettes. There are certain mannerisms and standards that we should follow while going through this online education. So let's go on to the topic. Main point is about the conversation with a teacher. Okay, the sentences to be followed and the subtopics we'll be following are, the first one is when you call a teacher. Most of the time the students call the teachers for asking doubts related to the recorded videos or assignments and a lot more. So the first point is the conversations or the sentences that we can use while making a call to a teacher. The next thing is when the teacher calls you. The teachers are calling you all most of the times. Subject teachers call you and find out whether you're able to understand the videos. Do you all have any doubt, or based on the assignments whether you're submitting on time and so on. So when the teacher calls you, also there are certain sentences that you can follow which will help you to have a good conversation with the teacher. And the last one is the thing which you do it every day. You all send your assignments, photo of your assignments and CW to the teacher every single day to different subject teachers. So while sending a message about assignments or CW to a teacher, there is a simple format which will help you to frame your sentences better while sending it to the teacher. Okay, children, let's get started. So the first one is when you call a teacher. Okay, so here there's a student to my left and the teacher to my right. So here I'll tell you a few conversations, a basic conversation that you'll have. Okay, now the student is calling the teacher for a doubt. Let's see what happens. First thing the student says, first time whenever you're calling the teacher, it is very important to wish the teacher. So you wish the teacher by saying good morning ma'am or good afternoon based on the time. The first and foremost thing that each and every student should do is to wish the teacher. So you say good morning ma'am and the teacher wishes you back by saying good morning dear. Okay, and the next thing, it is very important for you to say that which class and what's your name. So first is I am, your name. Your name should be there, from which section, which class and section. For example, I am Swati from 6th B or I am Deepthi from 7th A. Okay, so you are supposed to mention clearly what's your name, which class and which section you belong to. Only then the teacher will be able to understand who you are. Okay. So when you say that, the teacher says, okay, tell me. And the next thing is, it is, you need to ask the teacher whether she's free or not. Because whenever you make, not only to the teacher, whenever you're calling anyone in a formal conversation, it's good to ask, are you free? Is this the right time to speak to you? Okay. So after you tell your name, class and section, then you ask the teacher, ma'am, are you free? Is this the right time to speak to you? You ask her a question because you should know whether it's the appropriate time or not, right? So is this the right time to speak to you? So then the teacher replies saying, yes dear, what's the matter? Okay, so after the teacher replies, you can go ahead telling about your doubts. You can say, ma'am, I have a doubt in today's topic. If you have a doubt in today's topic or about homework, you can explain that to her and then say, could you please explain it once again? So you're calling her for a doubt, right? So you say, frame a sentence again saying, could you please explain it once again? So this is how you speak to a teacher, in a respectful way. The teacher explains the, whatever doubt you have, the teacher explains to you. In the end, as you all know, you have to say, thank you so much, ma'am. Bye, take care. And the teacher says, bye, take care, dear. Okay, it's a very simple conversation. Okay, so this is how, you are supposed to speak to the teacher. Don't you think it sounds a bit more better when you speak this way, children, than directly calling the teacher and saying, ma'am, just asking, ma'am, which homework, ma'am, which, then speaking that way. Do not speak that way, children. Instead of that, frame your sentences step by step. Okay, and then complete your sentence by saying, thank you so much, ma'am. Bye, take care. Okay, so this is a very simple conversation that you can have whenever you call a teacher. So students, now I want you all to take down the same thing into your rough notebook. Take a pen, copy this. I've just put the sentences, spoken by the student that the students can speak. So children, make a note of this immediately. You can pause the video, take down this properly and practice it 2 or 3 times so that whenever you call the teacher, it will be easier for you to, the sentences will immediately pop up into your mind and you will be able to say these sentences. Did you take it down? Okay, children. Now let's move on to the next one, which is that when the teacher calls you, right? So the most of the time, every single day, the subject teachers call, they call to 10 or 15 students every day to have a check on them or check on the students to know whether you all are studying well or not. Okay, so at that time, when the teacher calls and tells you, hi, I'm Donna, I'm your English teacher, so you have to respond saying, hi ma'am, good morning. So whichever teacher, if it is Kannada teacher, math teacher, science, social, whichever teacher calls you, and the teacher will obviously tell their name, right? So once you realize that it is a teacher, you have to say, hi ma'am, good morning. Okay, wishing is very, very important, children. It is very important. Okay, so first thing you say, hi, good morning ma'am. And whenever you speak, that you should be cheerful, you should be happy to speak, be confident while speaking. Okay, and I've just put down certain sentences which will help you build your conversation. Okay, you can make a note of this as well. So I'll just read it out for you. Yes, ma'am, I will send it to you. So, teachers will be asking you whether, did you send your homework, send your assignment also. At the time, say, yes, ma'am, I will send it to you. Than just saying, yes, ma'am, or just being blank when the teacher says that. Just say, yes, ma'am, I will send it to you. Okay. And then if you are late in sending the assignment, just say, sorry for the delay. Okay. Next thing is, I ensure that I will complete it by today. So it's based on the conversation that you have with the teacher, whether based on the conversation the teacher asks you, you can use these sentences. Students, please make a note of these few sentences. There are only 6 sentences. Please make a note of it. And then, when the teachers ask you whether, did you watch the video? Did you understand the video? You have to say, instead of just saying yes or no, they say, yes, ma'am, I watched all the videos and I have understood all the topics clearly. If you have understood, just frame a simple sentence like this. And the last thing is very important. You have to say, thank you for your concern, ma'am. Why should you say concern? That's because teacher is bothered about you. Teacher is concerned about your academics. That's why the teacher is calling. She's really busy, but still she calls and finds out about, about the proceedings of your education, right? She asks you whether you finished your homework, you understood the videos or not. It's out of concern because she's bothered about you. She cares for you. So it would be really good, if you students could just say a word of thank you, a word of gratitude to the teacher by saying, thank you for your concern, ma'am. When you say this, even the teachers feel really happy. Okay, so students, make sure you use these sentences from next time whenever you speak to the teacher. And the last one is, while sending a message about assignments or CW to a teacher, you can make a note of this as well. So whenever you send a message, even I have received many students just say CW ma'am or HW ma'am. Okay, so we do not know who you are because you will be sending the photos from different numbers. Okay, so we will not know who the child is. Okay, so after you send, you will be sending, it'll be my 3 or 4 photos of your homework or your CW, and then you just send one text message saying, dear ma'am, I am again from whichever class, your name, from which class. I've just mentioned 6th here. It's just, you can change it to based on your class. Dear ma'am, I am so and so from which class. Okay, I have completed my assignment. Just frame a sentence saying, I have completed my assignment, full stop. The next line, kindly check and let me know if there are any changes, full stop. Thank you. Okay, so there's just 3 lines, children. So after you finish all your homework, just send this message to the teacher. So teacher is very clear about, who you are, which class and section you belong to, because teachers make a note, they have a report of each and every student about how many assignments you all are sending. So you have to send your name, class and section. So it'll be easier for the teacher to recognize, to realize who you are. Okay, and the last line is kindly check and let me know, because you're asking the teacher to check than just sending a text. Many of the students have sent just saying a check. You cannot order the teacher, right? So just say, be polite to the teacher by saying, kindly check and let me know if there are any changes. Thank you. Okay, so this is how your message should be. Please write down this one, and from the next day onwards, whenever you're sending the assignments or CW, I want you all to use these sentences. In the beginning it might be hard for you, but don't worry, you will be able to. Once or twice you just use it continuously, and then it will be fixed in your mind. Okay, children, so and we are done. And so what all did we see today? We learned about when you call a teacher, the sentences to be used. Next thing is when the teacher calls you, there's a difference, right? First one is when student calls the teacher. Second one is teacher calling the student. Next one is while sending a message about assignments or CW to a teacher. Okay, so these are the 3 simple things which I felt I should convey to you all to improve the conversation. Okay, students, take care. Thank you.